Konnichiwa Mina. Hello everybody. In this video, I'm going to teach you guys how to play the Naruto CCG from Bandai. Here's one of the starter decks. It looks like this. This is a really cool game. I think this card game lasted, from 2003 to 2011, which is very sad. So this is a dead card game. They're not producing any more sets, unfortunately. But I think there's another Naruto card game out there, but this one I really like the most. This card game lasted from the original Naruto and also Naruto Shippuden. And I think it died out, because of power creep or something like that. And Void, which is the deck I'm going to be demonstrating with, is a very powerful element, being able to sacrifice your ninjas to get lots of great things out of it. So that might be the possibility, but definitely let me know in the comments and let me know, why did this card game get died out? I really like to know. But so here's one of the starter decks. A Naruto is getting really expensive for being a dead card game. It is very popular. It was very popular when it was alive, and it's still very popular to this day, even though this card game is not alive anymore. But here's one of the starter decks that you can get. There's lots of other starter decks out there. But you have Pain, that likes the glare, and I don't know why. And then on the back, you have Toby on the back. Or Madara Uchiha, whatever you want to call them. And then Pain on the sides. Yeah, I'm sorry guys, this box is very crushed, because this has been in my storage bin for years. But I think you get the idea. So, in this card game, you have to have exactly 50 cards to play, no more, no less. You have to have exactly 50, and you can only have up to 3 copies of the same name in your deck. So, for example, you can't have 3 copies of the original Naruto and 3 copies of the Shippuden Naruto all in the same deck. You can only have 3 copies of Naruto in a deck, period, regardless of which version you're using. Except for the pains. For example, I have 2 different pains. I have Pain like a Shurapath. If I can get the glare out of it. I apologize, guys. So, Pain like a Shurapath. And then you have Pain Predapath. So, I can have 3 copies of this Pain and 3 copies of this Pain, because they are not the same character. Pain like a Shurapath and Pain Predapath are 2 different characters. So that's that. And then I'm going to show you guys how to read a card. So in the Naruto trading card game, Bandai version, there's 3 different types of cards. You have your ninjas, you have your missions, and then you have your jutsu cards, and then technically you have your clients as well. So, and then you also have your platoon cards, which I do not have any because they are very expensive. So, we'll start out with the 2 different types of ninjas. You have regular ninjas, and then you have your clients, and then of course you have your platoon ninjas. So, we're going to start with just regular ninjas. So, you know that it's a ninja because it says ninja right on the corner. And then this symbol, Void, is the type of card that it is, and when it's put into the chakra area, it is classified as a void chakra that you can use to pay for jutsus, you can pay for missions, things like that. So there's many different types of chakra in the Naruto TCG, or CCG, I'm sorry. You have lightning, you have void, you have water, you have fire, you have lightning, and I think that's it. I might be forgetting some. But yeah, so that's the type that it is. And then you have the name, you have the cool picture, and then the shuriken down at the bottom, that is your entrance cost. That means every single turn you bring up your entrance cost by 1. So for example, this has a 3 in it, which means I have to be at least turn 3 to play this card, or later. And then the cards right next to it is how many cards I have to take from my hand to put into the chakra area in order to play this card. So I have to be at least turn 3 or greater, and this has a 0, so I don't have to put any cards into my chakra area in order to play this card. And then it has the name, and then it has like different like sub names. So it says Hakatsuki, Rain, Mail, Renegon, and Ambush. Those words right there, that's going to be very, very useful because certain cards allow you to search your deck for a Renegon character, or you know, you have to discard a Renegon character, things like that. So that's very, very important. And then down at the bottom is going to be your effect, so how to read it. So credit path. So sacrifice, which is a term in Void, if you play Void, one ninja or client, and then EOJ. What does that mean? EOJ means exchange of jutsu, which is a phase in the game, and then it has a 0. If your turn marker is odd, negate target jutsu or negate target effect. So this particular deck, this Void deck that I have here, relies on sacrificing ninjas to gain benefits. And then also if your turn marker is odd or even, and you get really, really good effects determining if your turn marker is odd or even. So, and the very important part. So the shuriken down here. This bottom shuriken, this 5 and your 3, this 5 is your healthy stat. And then when you get injured, which is the 3, so the 3 is your injured stat, and your 5 is your healthy stat. And then when you get injured, then you'll be using the no, hold on, never mind. So sorry guys, I really mess things up here. So your 5 is your head ninja. So if this particular ninja is the head ninja, you would use that 5. And then your 3 is your support power. So like if he supports, so if he's a support, you will use that number. And whenever he gets injured, he gets turned sideways like this, and then you'll be using his injured stat. So that 3 is for if he's the head ninja, and then the second part of that number is for if he's supporting another ninja. I'm sorry guys, I apologize on that. So that's how you read a ninja. These are your client cards. They're very, very similar to ninjas, except they don't have the shuriken down at the bottom. You can only have one client card in play, and it stays in your village, gaining its effect every single turn until like it's wiped out by a mission or whatever. And then like if it does get wiped out, this goes to your chakra area. And then the 2 symbols. This one has a void, and this one has a fire symbol. Madara Uchiha here, or aka Toby. This can be used for fire or void chakra, like depending on the situation. So, and with client cards, they cannot be used on teams. They can't fight. You can't put them on your team. They're kind of like stadium cards in Pokemon. They kind of just sit there and do their thing. Really cool. Then you have your missions, which they are in blue. Missions can only be played during the mission phase only. And you could tell that it's a mission because it's blue. Your ninjas are kind of like this gray color. And then, yeah, so you know it's a mission. It says it down here. And then it has void, which knows what type of chakra it is if you do use it as chakra. And then your shuriken is a 2, so you got to be turn 2 or greater. And then you have to take one card from your hand and put it into your chakra area to play this card. And then it says permanent. So whenever a card says permanent, it stays in play. So in this particular case, it says permanent. So if it has permanent and it has a number, it stays in play for that many turns, and then it goes to your chakra area. So its effect is, when your turn marker is moved, you may draw a card. And then mission, move this mission from your chakra area to ignore, sacrifice for the next void ninja you deploy during this turn. So, pretty good. And then these yellow cards are your jutsu cards. You can tell that it's a jutsu, that it says jutsu appear, and then they appear in yellow, and then it has the void symbol, which it can be used as a chakra. So jutsus can only be played during the EOJ or the exchange of jutsu phase. Yeah, so this number right here is how many cards you have to pay in your chakra area, and they go into the discard pile to play this jutsu. It says Eye of Pain, requirements, Renegon. So that means the ninja that you choose to play this jutsu, it could be your head ninja, or it could be your support ninja. It has to have Renegon, which I think pretty much all these cards have it, yeah. So pretty much anybody can use it, like in my particular deck. So the effect is move your turn marker up by 1. Expert is Nagato. Move your opponent's turn marker down by 1. So pretty much jutsu cards can, yeah. So like as long as you have Renegon, any character can play this card. But if you play Nagato, you have like bonuses and things like that. So yeah, guys, that is the video of me explaining the different cards in the game. So yeah, pretty simple. I don't have these particular cards, but I think I mentioned it in the beginning of this video. You have your platoons, and I forgot what the other ones are called. Like, they're kind of like platoons, but they're kind of full art, and they're textured, and they're very, very expensive. So I guess I can explain that really quick. So platoon cards. In order to put those into play, you have to have that particular ninja in the village in order to play those platoon cards. So for example, so yes, the hand cost has to be met, and the entrance cost also has to be met as well. So let's just say if I have a platoon card that is Sasuke and Naruto, so let's just say if I have a Sasuke or Naruto platoon, that means you have to have either a Sasuke or a Naruto in your village to play that particular card, and then those particular cards go into the chakra area, and then your platoon card comes in. And then there's another one, and I forgot the name of the freaking card, but please leave it in the comment section below. But it's kind of like a platoon card, but it's kind of like full art or whatever. Those particular cards, they do not go in your 50 card deck. They go into your side deck. And how those cards work, those particular cards, you have to have Sasuke. So let's just say, for example, if I had a Sasuke or a Naruto of that particular card that I can't remember the name of, that means you have to have Sasuke and Naruto in order to play that particular card, and it does not go into the chakra area. It goes into the discard pile, and it comes in. And you can put it into teams, you can play it on your own, whatever you want to do it. So, yeah, guys, that is the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, definitely look out for part 2, which is going to be showing you guys the game mat and what you can do during your turn. So, yeah, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see y'all next time. Matane.